Well, there's this guy called Moses, and Moses, you may have heard of Moses. So there's Moses and the bulrushes, the little basket thing, and his mum put him in the basket, and he was in the river, and he was protected and kept safe. That's the start of Moses' life. Went on to do some pretty cool stuff. And the story that we wanted to look at today is in the Old Testament, which is part of the Bible. It's the first part of the Bible, second book of the Bible, Exodus chapter 3. And Moses one day is out with his sheep, because he's a shepherd.
Bah. Do you want me
you.
to do sound effects?
Sound effects, yeah. But she was out with his sheep.
Bah.
You see, she's from Devon, so she can do sheep noises. Official. And he's wandering along, and there's rocks, and there's trees, and then there's a bush, and it's not an ordinary bush because there we go. It's a bush that's on fire.
Whoa.
But just like this, if I leave this for long enough, it'll get hot, but it won't disappear like a candle would. And the burning bush didn't burn up. It was definitely on fire. I'm going to put some in the safe. I'm going to go to my helpful director. So it won't melt. But there's a burning bush. Now, I don't know, you're walking along a road and you see something on fire. That might make you ring 999 if you're in the UK and call for the fire service, or 911 if you're elsewhere, or 112 in Europe. Moses didn't have a mobile phone. He didn't have emergency services. No. He just saw a burning bush. And he would probably have done a double take at the burning bush, but that wasn't that uncommon. Things could set on fire in its very hot place where Moses was. It's very arid, very dry, so things can catch fire. But this bush wasn't actually on fire. There was just fire coming from it, which would, be a bit weird. And then a voice. Now, if you're a bit freaked out by the idea of a bush that's on fire that isn't really on fire because it's not actually burning, but there's flames coming out of it, the voice coming from the bush might tip you over the edge to wondering about your mental condition. However, Moses didn't, because he heard the voice of God calling him out and saying, Moses, take your shoes off, you're on holy ground. So Moses did that, and Moses has a chat with God, and it's quite cool, and Moses goes on to do some really, really amazing things. But the story of the burning bush is really cool because the bush didn't burn up. There was no smoke, it wasn't fuel for a fire, it was just on fire, which is pretty cool. And that's because the presence of God was there. And the story of the burning bush, and you might imagine they will do an art video on this later, yes. But the story of the burning bush, it's really one of the amazing moments of the life of a man called Moses, who went to do some great things. We also think of Moses and the 10 Commandments and the 2 tablets and the mountain and clouds and all sorts. So the burning bush is a really, really amazing thing.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, another amazing story here at Little Blessings Online. Amazing. I can't imagine seeing a bush that's not burning, because you just know fire burns and that's it. It's going to disintegrate a bush. But in this case, it definitely didn't, and it was definitely on fire. So
wasn't the barbecue?
No, it defies science, doesn't it? It's another miracle, really.